when we look at the life, the relationship between Jesus and Mary, we see something. Her physical intimacy, that is, she bore Jesus within her own womb, shows us her spiritual intimacy with him. It was because she first believed in God that she became his mother. So when we go to Mary because we go to God through her, and she shows us God always. She does not detract from God because there is no Mary apart from God. Her existence is solely to glorify God. And in honoring her, we do just that. So this is what's taking place in the Rosary. Now, there are a lot of Marian prayers, devotions, songs, and things like this. And also physical ways of looking to her. The Rosary being a prime example. Now, what is the Rosary exactly? Well, what it's not is it's not a Catholic version of a rabbit's foot. Now, this lucky charm item, if I get in a bind, I don't really know, but it just helps me out. There's some kind of magical power in here. Well, what's the difference between magic and mystery? Are Catholic things just Catholic magic tricks, magical items? The difference is the power of God. See, if something is said to have magic, a magic trick, we don't know how it works or what happens. We just know that it has this power. But in the mysteries, we know that it's God doing them. We know that it's God doing them. He has put his own life into the holy ones, the saints. He has put his own life into the sacraments, such as in baptism. And so, too, he's put his own life even into other physical things, like the Rosary. So the Rosary can be a channel of God's grace, because the Rosary is about a person, not some magical concept that just somehow accomplishes things. No, but it puts us in touch with the person of God who confers grace through something physical. See, God likes matter. Actually, he invented it. And he used it to win our salvation. The invisible God took on flesh. And that flesh, the body of Jesus, was nailed to a cross of wood. So he continues to use physical things to bring about our sanctification, our justification, and our glorification. So we start with the incarnation. Invisible God becomes man. And that same logic takes us to the sacraments. Baptism, physical water being poured on somebody's head, has meaning because of the incarnation. So incarnation, sacraments, and then a sacramental is something that opens up the graces of God to us further. Another way to think about it are the images, the icons of the church. I have one here, and I'm going to talk about in a second. When earlier ages, when many people were illiterate, and that still happens today, or if you think about children who are just learning in many different ways, you can see the value of an image, an icon. But not just those people, but also the wise and the educated. Everybody. You could wake up every day for the rest of your life and say, wow, God became man. And an image can help you do that. The God of the universe died for me. We can realize that every time we see a crucifix. The Rosary follows in this way of thinking, in this way of praying, in this very way of being. See, physical objects draw us to that which we can't see. So with a child, for example, my daughter is not 5 months old yet. But when I take out my Rosary, her eyes go to it. And she's reaching for it. And when mom and dad have Rosary, she hears the same prayers. So already she's got 3 different senses telling her how to pray through this, helping her understand prayer in a physical way. This is a reminder to pray. This helps me pray even when I can't speak. I've had clear communication with people, loved ones, many times in my life without ever saying a word. A loving touch, smile, or even just sitting in silence. These are forms of communication that can be powerful at certain times. And these are also possible through the Rosary. So, we pray the Rosary, we pray with the whole person. It's an incarnational prayer. But besides the words we confess, we can see that we use our fingers across the beads. We use our voices. We use our ears. Sometimes we use icons or images around the church or in our house. And this helps us to enter deeply as the whole person with less distraction. And we've talked about this before in the Mass, the way that we do bodily gestures and pray with the mind and the heart and so forth. All right. What about the rubrics of the Rosary? What exactly do I mean? Well, you have that yellow sheet, which is the most detailed explanation that I've seen on one page. If it looks crazy at first, I want you to know that every single aspect of the Rosary is on there. And I'm going to talk about it to help bring about clarification. If the Rosary is baffling and seems like a lot at first, that's fine. If you're learning something new, that can be the case. For a lot of things in life, if you've ever tried to pick up cooking or go exercising or all kinds of different things, they can seem new and difficult. But you can get to a point where they're very fluid and natural. And so this is the goal with the Rosary. There's three main prayers: the Our Father, the Hail Mary, and the Glory Be. The Our Father is the prayer that Jesus taught us. It's the summary of our entire Catholic faith. And we could spend an entire evening on it. In fact, it's the fourth pillar of the Catechism, so it's very important. The Hail Mary. The Hail Mary, if you look at the different parts, the opening words are, "Hail, full of grace, the Lord is with thee." And I want to draw your attention to the icon because these are the words that the angel Gabriel said when he brought the news to Mary that she would bear the Son of God. And